Hi, I'm Mike from the Genuine Chit Chat podcast, where we have honest conversations with interesting people. I speak to a wide variety of guests, from travellers to musicians to those afflicted with mental or physical illnesses. There's really no subject that's off limits, from movies to politics and even controversial topics ranging from sex to drug reform and political correctness. So if you still believe in the art of conversation, are intrigued by healthy debates with different ideas and perspectives you may not have thought of, and want a podcast where every episode is about something different with a variety of guests, then this may be the podcast for you. You can hear us on YouTube and all your favourite podcast apps, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to hang out and listen to honest conversations with interesting people, then come to Genuine Chit Chat, where I'm your host, Mike Burton.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews. Conspiracies, murder, ghost stories, aliens. They're all coming to get you, my dears.
Get those balls out of your mouth, boy. Hey, I think you are doing a 2-peach, 3-peach. This is the third time. You're like a temporary fill-in, man. You're like the real deal.
I am the Midwest Tri-Stonian. I am the Midwest Tri-Stonian.
There you are. John.
Hey, what's up?
John, host of the Midwest Bostonian, coming to hang out.
A member of the Pew Pew audio network.
I think this is episode 22. I believe it is.
It is episode 22 because 18 was Keith.
Mm-hmm. Was it?
No, I was 18.
You were 18.
19 was Keith. 20 was Cat Boy.
Oh, okay.
21 was me.
And now 22 is you.
Pew Pew 22.
And it's a Strange Brew Christmas edition.
Pew Pew 22,
So-
Strange Brew coming at you. What you gonna do?
That's right. So I think we talked about it before, but we're going to do the Capital Brewing Ghost Ship White IPA. So we're doing 2 weeks in a row. Capital Brewing. We're doing things a little differently, which is fine. It doesn't matter.
Adventure.
There are no rules. So a little information on this. This unfiltered ale brewed with wheat, spices, and citrus, which are accentuated by the bright grapefruit flavor and aroma of Amarillo hops, which means yellow in Spanish. Amarillo.
Oh, I thought they were like
There you
aromatic. Hops.
Aromatic. So don't let the color fool you. It's scary good. The Ghost Ship IPA, it is rated 55 on the International Bitterness Units, and it is 5.6% alcohol. Of course, brewed in wonderful capital of Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin. A great place to hang out, a great place to go see some shows, a great place to do a lot of things. See some football.
What's your favorite thing to do in Madison besides drink beer?
Go to shows. The Majestic is my favorite spot to go, which is located right by the Great Dane, which the Great Dane is a really cool spot. Like I said, once we find a band that's playing at the Majestic, we're going to go to Great Dane, have ourselves a Great Dane burger. They have some brews, so we'll have to buy some brew from them. Pardon my voice.
Because last time we talked about going there for the Majestic.
What the hell?
And we talked about some good shows that you've seen there. Ooh.
I'm not drinking that. Is yours like that?
Yes.
Is it really?
Here. I don't know if it's the bubbles on. We're inspecting the things floating.
Yours is... Ugh.
It's a little... mine's floating too,
Oh,
though.
fuck. This has never happened before.
So this is a first.
Ugh.
Let's decide right now. Hold on. I know you usually call your show, but I'm going to call it for a second. Do we drink it or dump it?
Wow.
Even though we haven't tasted it yet. Do we taste it or dump it?
Why is it like that?
I don't know, but I am not drinking it. Now I know why it's called... This
Ghost
is definitely
Ship?
the scary episode.
This must be something that this must be like old or something. A person gave this to me.
Maybe it's called Ghost Ship.
Yeah, it's not
It looks
supposed-
like a ghost
that
ship
is
with the
not-
ship floating. It looks like we're at the bottom of the sea.
Ugh, I'm not drinking that. Oh no, there's like chunks.
You have to drink it. It's the scary episode. No, I'm joking. I was teasing you. Stop. You're gonna hurt yourself, dude. Oh God. Oh, why did you put that in your mouth?
I sipped it.
Yeah, but then you spit it out.
It's very well. I got to give a taste test on it. We got to give it's consistency, John. Consistency.
Okay, Drew. Based on your,
I need to take a
drink mine. I'm not drinking that shit. There's no way you can drink mine too.
It is chunky. It like I don't know how.
How does it rank on the chunkometer?
I need to fucking. All right, so I need to go on Instagram and do this real quick because
This show just got fucked.
people aren't gonna believe me. Can you do videos on Instagram?
Yes.
Dude, damn it. Good thing I brought some other ones too, you know.
Last time my
this really
dog was
fucks
fucking
things up. This really
But it's called Ghost Ship. Maybe it's supposed to be chunky and you're supposed to be
it's
afraid
supposed to be
drink
called
it.
Ghost Ship, not Ghost Shit. look at the chunks. We poured it out and it's chunky. And I have to put it on Instagram because it's chunky. So now, god damn it, this sucks, dude.
Campbell's new chunky beer. Chunky oats and potatoes.
Well, we're gonna have to go. Yeah, we're not.
So we don't know what to do now. Our beer glasses are full of ghost shit.
Yeah.
So do we drink it or dump it?
We're gonna dump it.
Oh my god.
But I can give you a taste test real quick of it.
Okay,
So it's,
yeah.
so
So
it's
how
like
did it
a white.
taste before
It's like
you
a white
got sick?
IPA. A white IPA they say, but it says it's a white, but it's very. At least this one is medium in color. It's a little darker. It tastes very hoppy from what I tasted a little bit, and it might come with chunks.
Did you get us the pulp version? You know I
didn't
like
think-
no pulp
yeah.
beer. What did you do?
This is horrible, dude. This is. And then, like, we can't stop and start over. I don't have a backup plan. This has never happened to me.
Well, what are you doing bringing chunky beer? Where's your quality engineering department?
Now, I can't even tag a brewery this week because this week's brew is chunks. It's fucking Campbell's chunky soup. Oh,
Campbell's
gross.
new beer. I wondered why it was in one of those cans that we had to open with the can opener.
Oh, damn it.
Well, I'd have to say, last week, I said of all the beers I tried, because they've all been really good so far, I put the second one we tried at the bottom of the list. But I can tell you now
All right,
that
keep talking,
it is no
'cause I'm gonna
longer at the
dump
bottom of
these
the
out.
list. The new Capital Ghost Ship White IPA, there's still chunks in the bottle, is so refreshing and so good, so light, that you don't feel like you drank anything at all. So I'm unfortunately going to have to say dump it. And luckily, we have a bullpen of beers this evening, and Drew's back, and we're going
How
to...
do you sign into this? Hey, I hope this is still recording.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
That happens to me.
Oh, I need your face.
No, you can tap it,
You can tap it.
and you can
smack
type
it?
in my birthday.
Oh, okay. Got that.
And
Cool.
then you're back. And
Glad we're
still-
on it. All right. So this isn't Capital's fault. It's not. When was this made? It should say when it was bottled somewhere, but
I think it was bottled in the 90s.
fuck. Yeah, dude.
Does it have a fresh date? Because it's gone.
It's definitely not fresh. That's for sure. That is 100%.
Chunky.
I can't believe it. Oh, dude, it's like caked in the bottom too.
Yeah, mine.
Damn
This
it.
one here.
Well, hey, look at this. We have some.
Hey, Drew, thanks for letting me on the show again. This is my third time doing the show. What are we drinking tonight?
Well, we're going to be
that shit's in
drinking.
the trash.
We're going to do another round of the Lakefront Pills because this is what I have left from the last episode. What we did with it.
Oh, what's the bitterness units on it?
I don't even remember.
But you know what? This beer
is not-
beer is not chunky.
This is chunk free.
chunkless beer. Let's give it a taste, shall we?
If you need proof, hit us up on Instagram. I don't even know what our name
Have
is.
you ever had a chunky beer?
No.
I'm
Absolutely.
speaking to your audience.
Yeah, if you've
Hit
ever
us-
had this
hit us
problem, ugh, can't believe.
You had to have a beer to get the beer out
Dudes
of your
with Brews Pod. Follow us on Instagram. You can see the video that we posted in regards to the chunky beer. So we're gonna dive in to the content, I guess.
We need a beer to wash the other beer out of our
Yeah,
mouth.
so we're going through. Once again, this is not Capital's fault. It's not. Well, it could be. It could have been a bad batch.
Drew, straight up, if you wanted to have a scary episode and you're Capital Brewing, wouldn't you want your beer to look like that?
They just knew. They knew I was going to do it.
Strange Brew, right there. If you want to do an episode of Strange Brew, the all-time winner of Strange Brew is Ghost Ship, because that shit was scary.
Yuck. That's so gross. Okay, well, anyways, here's Strange Brew, dog. Here we go. It's Christmas time, just around the corner.
God
Holiday
bless you.
cheer. You like it?
Merriness to all men, happiness to all mankind.
Okay.
Did you know that my wife's work had a scary Christmas sweater party? What's that called? When you wear ugly?
Ugly sweater party. Yeah.
I've heard of some crazy winners.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure this friend that my wife had. My wife's Christmas sweater is a wreath, a 3D wreath with a stuffed reindeer actually sewn into the sweater popping out.
Cool.
And then her contest, one of her coworkers showed up. The sweater was fire. And she somehow sewed in bricks to the arms.
Yeah.
And when she put her arms out, it was all sweat, all stockings and everything hanging from. She was the mantle of the fire. So it had stockings and all different kinds of things you'd see on a fire. So she was a complete fireplace.
Cool.
The guy who won is a nurse that decided to wear his wife's Christmas sweater
Oh.
because he didn't have time to buy one. But after he got there and started dressing, he realized it was a Christmas sweater dress.
Really?
And he let the girls put earrings on him. And
Nice. That's funny.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
He won.
Good for him. I'm glad he won. I'm glad he was the big old winner.
We're really trying to get back in the groove here.
Yeah. All right. So we're good here.
All right.
So we're gonna talk about some paranormal stuff, of course. That's the nature of these things. Starting with the topic that we haven't really talked about too much: shape-shifting UFOs.
I'm a big believer in shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this happened in Michigan, America, which is in Michigan. Michigan is in
Michigan, America.
Excuse me. The chunks are coming.
Where in Michigan?
It doesn't say. It says it was filmed over Michigan, America on Christmas Eve 2011. Witnesses claimed it was similar to that appeared over the dome of the Rock in Jerusalem earlier the same year.
Whoa.
So it is a shape-shifting UFO, and this happened Christmas Eve. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this video and see what we see here. All right, so you just see the lights and stuff. It's a pretty crappy thing.
It looks just like a UFO. How does he know it's a shape-shifting?
Because it
UFO?
changes shapes. You see that? See how it's shifting?
It's going through the clouds.
It's going, yeah, very well could be. Right now it's, I don't know. That doesn't seem too convincing to me.
It looked like clouds, but I could see where he thought it was shape-shifting.
How about Sasquatch? Back in December 2012, George Knapp, a famous American paranormal journalist who extensively researched and written several books on UFOs, revealed he has seen the reported Dr. Ketchum evidence and researches that, if true, will confirm beyond doubt that Sasquatch is in fact a living, breathing animal. Cool. So this he promises that this Christmas the world is about to get the best Christmas present ever, and this happened in 2012. Clearly, it didn't happen. These stories suck. We gotta find some scarier shit.
Do you believe in a Sasquatch? Where
Yes.
the way we have satellite imaging and everything. My son and I went looking for Sasquatch and never found him when we were on vacation.
Where were you looking?
Unfortunately, we're in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, nowhere near where Sasquatch should be, but my son thought he'd be there. we did think we found him.
Okay.
And I have footage in my head about when we did, and my son still believes we found him, but I can tell you all, to be honest with you, that since we don't do fake news on the show, it was a raccoon.
It was a raccoon. All right. This person had an unusual visitor on Christmas Day back in 2008.
Yes.
And they're pretty sure it wasn't Santa Claus passing by the house in Bloomington, Illinois, or Indiana. I can't talk. Indiana. Can't read. The day started in typical fashion. Opening of gifts. Bum, bum, bum. They served an early Christmas dinner for family and friends. Bum, bum, bum.
And Grandma got hit by a reindeer.
And everyone was done by 5, except for the sister-in-law and brother-in-law who lived with them. They were sleeping in a bedroom at the end of the hall with the door open.
Together?
Brown chicken, brown cow. They went to the bedroom with the dog, and
Oh, yeah.
the dog's name is Toby, and they shut the door securely. Toby curled up in front of this person's bed like he always does. It was chilly, so he pulled the blanket up and the comforter around his head. Curled up for a nap for about an hour, all right? So about 7 o'clock, bedroom pitch black, and he left the lights on in the kitchen. And there were lots of Christmas lights in the living room, so the hallway had been lit well. But he was able to see who was ever at the door just by lifting the head. He pushed the blankets down from the pillow and all that, and so you would have been able to see who was in the doorway. But extremely bright light hit this person right in the eyes, shielded him, and said, "Turn out the fucking light. You're blinding me." The light immediately disappeared, and then he heard the bedroom door latch close. And then he tapped onto his lamp. It was a touch light, the one that you just touch and it turns on. Looked around, and guess what? Nobody was there.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Toby was scared. Toby's like, "Oh, my God.
Somebody is a ghost that don't like Christmas lights."
Yeah. So, no one knows who opened it up. That's a mystery. Very scary.
Toby is Toby okay now?
Toby's dead. No, I don't.
I was hoping. Well, hoping isn't a great word to use there. I was thinking that you're gonna say he touched the touch light and got electrocuted or something.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this person was 9, now 30. Could not get to sleep on Christmas Eve because they were excited about presents and wondered if their parents had anything to do with the gifts they got from Santa the year before. That night was hot because the heater was on. They lived in Texas, so they got thirsty. So also he wanted to spy. He got out of the bed, cracked the door open to make sure no one was in the living room so he could get something to drink. When he opened the door, he saw someone bent over, and then he stood up. It was Santa Claus. Dressed in red and white. Get up. Something strange was that he could see the Christmas lights from the tree shining through him. He was taking the stockings down off the mantle and placing them on the coffee table. Then he started to turn around and put the next stocking on the table. He closed the door and jumped into the bed. The next morning he woke up and told his sister, and he told her where he put the stockings. He went into the living room. The stockings were where he said he put them. They both looked down at each other and was scared.
So maybe Santa is a shape-shifting UFO.
Correct. Possibly.
It all ties together.
Fucking Santa Claus, dog.
So what if Santa Claus is just an alien? And that would explain how he can come up and down the chimney and like do all the crazy stuff that he does.
Yeah, it's a good question, man. I don't know. Back in the day, like for Christmas, they told ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
There's in that song, there'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glory of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time.
Have you ever told a scary story?
Have I ever told a scary story? I don't really have any scary stories, unfortunately. Do you? Like, my dad's house, I grew up on a farm, an old farmhouse. It was built in the 1800s, and it was for sure haunted. I'd like to talk to the people again, maybe that I talked to previously, but we had tenants upstairs, and it was this couple, and they had like some crazy activity going up there, and they brought a medium up there, and the medium said that it was a portal to and from the afterlife.
Your house that
My
you're
dad's.
renting out?
No, where my dad used to live. He doesn't live there anymore. He got rid of the farm. It was a farmhouse.
But it's a portal.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
What do you mean? You didn't
That's
know.
pretty awesome. Like, you're a paranormal guy, and he owned his own portal.
That's all right. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's kind
But
of.
you don't find that scary? That's scary to me.
It's kind of scary, for sure.
You almost have to have scary stories growing up in my mind to believe in paranormal, because the people that don't have the imagination and the stories don't allow their mind to open up to see the afterlife.
Sure. You know about Krampus?
I've heard about that.
Krampus, as they call it. Krampus. He's essentially like the anti Santa Claus.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
So when people, it's like a German thing. when kids are naughty, Krampus comes to get them.
What does he do to him?
You know, fucks them up.
That's hot. I checked your list and checked it twice, bitch. Now I'm going to spank you with it.
Well, you want to hear Krampus here? Let's see if I can find some stuff.
You know what I think I remembered Krampus?
Was a movie.
Did Krampus play at Rock USA? Is there a rock band called Krampus?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. That would be a great
There
name
might
for
be.
a rock band.
There might be.
Did you ever hear of Lamplighter?
No. Krampus is a terrifying, and his main purpose is to punish the bad kids,
Why would someone want to write this?
while St. Nicholas rewards them.
Why would you want to scare the poor kids?
I don't know. It's popular in Europe, Alpine towns. Some speculate that Krampus is a pre-Christian entity, and this guy is totally his own black metal band, complete with goat horns, black body hair, cloven hooves, and a long pointed tongue. So it pretty much is a goat. He whips his chains around, stuffs kids into bags, and steals them away. Eats the kids if he's hungry enough, and has been known to beat bad children with birth sticks, like the 19th century postcard that has been pictured around the world.
With the way I grew up, I should have met this dude then.
Well, you're in Massachusetts. This is only in Europe, so you're good.
I want to move to Europe. That sounds so much cooler. Can you imagine? Santa's going from rooftop to rooftop. Sorry,
Fucking Tarzan.
I was in that European jungle. I mean, Santa's jumping around. He's going rooftop to rooftop, and you get Krampus running around, whipping his tail, and
Whipping, nay-naying.
taking the place down.
Yeah.
That's pretty. It's kind of cool.
Krampus is a badass. Here's an interesting one. If you're born on Christmas, you cannot die by drowning or hanging.
Oh,
So if you were
what about Christmas Eve?
I don't know. Christmas. If you were born on Christmas, you are more prone to seeing the dead. Other versions say that the dead will never bother you if you're born on this day. So you have someone you have to talk to someone born on Christmas. So we got to find someone born on Christmas.
Well, there's someone in the other room.
Who?
My wife.
Her birthday's on Christmas? December 25th?
Right on the edge.
Well, that doesn't count. It's got to be on the 25th.
24th.
Well, it doesn't count.
But I can tell you, if there's no way to kill her by drowning or hang her, I need to know.
Let's
because I don't want to, do it the wrong way.
You can test it when I leave.
But she's talked to people.
Okay.
Too. So
Yeah.
she has some psychic powers.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, huh? It says you think of a few evil spirits are lurking around your home. Open the doors of your house on Christmas Eve at midnight and let those wild spirits fly out into the sky. Or the first to open the door on Christmas needs to yell, "Welcome, Father Christmas."
Oh.
And then the bad spirits will be let out. So candles left to burn overnight in the window or windows of a house ensure good luck.
Yep.
If the candle's blown out in the morning, you fucked.
Oh, so basically, if he read the naughty list, he fails your naughty list
Maybe.
by blowing out your candle.
If you deny someone a kiss under the mistletoe, bad luck is sure to find you, and don't replace the mistletoe next year with a new one, or more bad luck will find you.
Why? My wife lived in Germany. Why did they have a pickle on the tree then? Because we have a pickle on our tree. There's a reason that if you're...
That's a thing. I've never heard about it until you told me about it. I never heard about a pickle on a tree.
That's a big deal. The first one to find the pickle...
Gets what?
I don't know.
A tickle?
I don't type in Christmas pickle. You've typed in all these other strange events. See if they're Christmas. See if you can pull up my Christmas pickle on my computer.
The Christmas pickle doesn't have...
Don't go to my gallery of pictures.
This isn't Strange Brew, John. This is Pickle Brew.
But the pickle scares me.
The pickle scares you?
Have you ever seen my pickle on the tree? It's got a scary face like Krampus.
Really? Isn't it a Christmas pickle? Is it like... That's... Yeah, it's like a... I don't know.
It's a pickle.
Yeah. It's for some people in the United States and Canada, decoration of a pickle is hidden in the tree with the finding, receiving either a reward or good fortune for the year.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, nothing paranormal about it.
I wonder if we can somehow make one evil, and if they find it, they get to meet Krampus.
It's just a regular cucumber instead of a pickle.
We have asparagus on our tree. It makes the water that waters the tree smell funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Christmas has roots in the ancient pagan celebrations, which I think most people knew. Winter solstice. Jesus Christ. Solstice and Yule. What the fuck is Yule? Don't know. Because December is the darkest time of the year, their ancestors believed it was a time of the year to be scared of ghosts and goblins, which is why you told ghost stories.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. It was a dark and cold outside, and obviously made it easier for the dead to return and torment the living. Bum, bum, bum.
But Santa Claus came in and he dropped that shit. And he's like, no, we're going to give you joy and love, comfort and joy.
Yes.
Comfort and joy.
Yes. So that's kind of how it goes. And, that kind of explains the Ebenezer Scrooge story. Scrooge. I don't know what's going on today, man. I either have dyslexia, I can't read, I just...
Well, that's how the Christmas tree was found, Ebenezer spruce.
Fuck you. That's good. It's pretty good.
But, that would be isn't Scrooge like one of the best ghost stories you ever told? I mean, he met 3 ghosts.
3 of them. And then he changed his attitude a little bit. Like, oh, little Tim, the gimpy leg.
Yeah.
Here's a fucking turkey, bro.
I would piss myself after the first go and say, I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do. I ain't stupid enough where I need to be 3. I'm like, yo, all right, Christmas present future, you can back the hell up. I got it now. I'm going to be a nice man. That dude scared the hell out of me.
You're right. I'll change. I swear.
My ways.
That's funny. That is funny.
He had to be Polish at Ebenezer Scrooge. You need 3 ghosts to scare you. You got problems.
Or maybe he's Italian.
Hey, what you doing? Get out of my house.
Oh. It's a creepy ghost in my presence.
Luigi, come here.
Little Tim, what the fuck is wrong with your leg? I'll fix it really quick.
Your leg, it can be like a fettuccine.
Like fettuccine. Oh, that's funny.
Your leg, it's al dente.
So this is some stories off Reddit. People asked what the creepiest thing happened on Christmas. So, rookie cop, his brother committed suicide. He was one of his older siblings, but they were very close. He died in another state, and he had a lot of guilt then and not recognizing the signs. So about a week after he died, back to work, his partner and him see a pimp pistol whip one of his girls. Whoa. He jumped out to see the pimp.
Don't call my bitch no hoe.
He jumps out to see the pimp that sees him, and then the foot chase was on. He was running, gun in hand, and then he cuts through a narrow corridor under a building that leads to a courtyard in the middle. Right when he reaches the courtyard, he hears, "It's okay." And it's his brother's voice.
Really? So his brother was a pimp?
No,
You're confusing me.
He hit the courtyard,
yeah.
And the guy is against the side, pointing a gun at his head, squeezes the trigger twice. He froze for a millisecond, and then started beating him in the head with my revolver.
Uh-huh.
To this day, he doesn't know why he didn't shoot him. Huh. All right, whatever. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I should really proofread these stories before I just dive into them.
So he chased after Huggy Bear.
Okay.
Huggy Bear took his gun and tried to shoot him, but didn't shoot.
I guess.
Because his brother said it's all okay, but then the pimp beat him down with his own gun. And that was the good part of the story.
The guy is against the side, pointing a gun at his head, at the dude's head.
At the pimp's head.
The pimp is pointing a gun at his head.
Yeah.
He squeezes the trigger twice.
Yeah, and nothing
happened. So then he just started beating him up.
Because his brother told him to be okay.
I guess.
How'd the pimp get his gun?
I don't know. No, the pimp had a gun.
Oh, it was his own gun.
Yeah.
It was, okay. So the pimp had a dirty gun that didn't fire.
Yeah, probably.
But the cop is a police officer, and he just stood there and let the pimp beat him down? I bet you better back up. I'm Joe Law. Freeze.
Joe Law.
I'm going to cuff you.
All right, here's one. I'm only reading it because the comment underneath it says, "This is fucking terrifying, but something about the kid mind that normalizes things so they don't seem so crazy. All right. So as a 4-year-old, this kid did not like tying his shoes. All right.
Okay.
He was terrible at it, and progress was just not happening. One morning, throwing a shit fit because his mom told him to tie his shoes before they left the house. He was trying to avoid this horrible responsibility while crying, screaming on the 3rd and 4th step of the staircase. The ceiling above the staircase extended from the 2nd floor horizontally to the space above the 1st step, where it met a vertical wall that connected the 2nd floor ceiling to that of the 1st. So you get what's going on. Imagine a big upside down L, pretty much.
Okay.
So this person's screaming on the lower steps, and his gaze drips upwards for a minute. He stops crying immediately, goes silent. He distinctly remembers seeing a man in a sharp black suit with a head of a boar, only blue, and complete with tusks and fur. It's fucking Krampus.
I was just going to say, Krampus is coming.
And bracing himself in the corner of the ceiling like a ninja above my head, staring down at me. Didn't say anything to me, but I know what he wanted. My mom began to ask me what happened, noticing his abrupt change in mood. He cut her off in a monotone, saying, "He told me to be good."
So Krampus is like, look, you're on the edge, and I'm about to lay the smack down. You're a bad boy. And I'm going to lay the smack down on your Rudy Poo candy ass. And then he's like, yes, mommy, I'll pick up my room. I don't want no Krampus coming on the Christmas.
I'm so sorry, mother.
Krampus going to send me to Hopsible on Christmas.
Grimace. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, those are some scary stories that happened. Did you?
Of all the stories you told this evening,
yeah,
what was the thing that scared you the most?
I'm not scared by any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I was scared tonight.
Why?
Because this is a Strange Brew episode, and I think I was the most terrified I've been ever since we did a show. And this is my second Strange Brew episode.
I know. You did last month's too.
And
last month was all about disappearance.
Well, we were even talking about my friend that shot himself with a shotgun and all this.
Mm-hmm.
For exactly what you just did right there is why this was the scariest episode ever. If this was video, yeah, I'm going to look into all my beers from now on. Ever since the ghost ship has scared the living shit out of me. Scared me. Good thing I got glasses, because here's what happened. What you guys don't know is he opened them up, and we were going to start drinking. I think you might have took a sip, actually.
No, I didn't.
And then I grabbed my glasses because I know how much my friend loves them.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, I saved your life. We could have been one of the Strange Brew episodes.
we could have been a Christmas story.
Duo dies while filming the podcast. You can't film a podcast. While filming the podcast about strange beer. And then two guys will be in some person's kitchen because their wife wants the living room to wrap presents, talking about us next year.
Two guys recording a podcast that only a handful of people listen to.
And suddenly the beer got chunky.
You sound like fucking the dude that plays Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton.
That's what I was trying to do. And then all of a sudden I looked up and I saw Krampus, and he goes, "If you drink that chunky beer, I'll go kill you."
Nice fucking model. Hunk hunk. Did you know they're making a sequel to that movie?
No, I liked the first one, but I bet you the sequel probably sucked.
Tim Burton, I used to really like him, but you kind of just look at how much of there's nothing creative about him, nothing original about him anymore.
He ruined a handsome actor. He ruined Johnny Depp. He scissor-handed him.
That's
ruined
a good movie.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You
don't like Edward Scissorhands?
Never saw it.
It's a good movie. It's really good. It's creative.
If I was Edward Scissorhands, I'd never go anywhere because you can't run with scissors in your hand.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Oh, did he run in the movie?
No, not really.
Because you can't.
You want to know what happens?
Well, I'm assuming he can't hug the chick because he's poking her with
hugs her.
With his pokey limbs? How does he not make her bleed?
You just put your arms out, dude. You can.
When I hug someone, I got to embrace someone. I use my hands. Like I put my arms around, but you put your hands on somebody and you embrace them, and then you can stab them in the back with scissors.
You ever see that? Like little Family Guy snidbit with Edward Scissorhands? He's like,
"No,
I'm gonna take your baby and all of a sudden we're gonna rub him to sleep." He goes in the next room and then comes back in and goes, "He's dead."
But at least he put him to sleep.
Yeah, for life. That's very sad, actually. Not funny.
I laughed. Did you know why I was in Africa once, and
Huh?
I saw a monkey in a tree, and he fell out of the tree. Do you know why the monkey fell out of the tree?
I don't even want to know. Why?
Because he was dead.
Oh.
So he gets the same joke, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you want to hear about the devil?
The devil?
The devil.
Yes,
the
I do.
devil. Ruse,
I love the devil.
Ruse Hall driveway in Suffolk, England.
Ruse Hall?
Ruse Hall.
Like the guy that dresses up like a chick?
Maybe. Not RuPaul.
Oh, sorry.
He's said to have visitors every Christmas Eve when a coach pulled by headless horses arrives at the front door. Legend has it that inside the wall of the hall, in a bedroom cupboard, is a hoof print of the devil himself.
Say what?
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. I would like make a mold out of that and sell it.
I kind of want to dive into exorcism. Like I want to talk to people about it.
Why don't we do it?
We got to find people. Do you know anyone in the church? A guy I went to college with in my creative writing class, we had to do an immersion essay, creative nonfiction.
Yeah.
And this guy straight up talked to people, talked to priests and stuff about exorcisms. And he got all this like intel and stuff. It's crazy.
Do priests really have to learn about exorcism as part of the theology? I mean, is it that
I think
real?
so. There's people there are real exorcists in the country. Like it's not something that's really talked about, but like from what this guy told me, and this is a couple of years ago, but he said like every state is pretty much assigned to people that do full blown exorcisms.
And they're trained by the church. To pull the evil spirit out of you.
I don't know if I don't know if they have performed them, but they're supposed to. Pretty crazy, huh?
I would like to
get some.
Well, you think so? Since there's two people a state, right?
Yeah.
That means it has to happen more than we think. There's no footage or anything that we can talk about on the Strange Brew about
I don't know.
exorcisms that actually happened. There had to have been at least one exorcism in the Midwest, then.
Yeah. Let's Google Wisconsin
Exorcist.
And I bring this up because the other day I was watching.
I try to avoid exorcism.
I don't like.
Oh, that's exercise. Sorry.
Exorcisms really freak me out. Like the whole idea of exorcists and exorcisms.
Like something like taking you over and you're not in your body anymore, but you're doing crazy things.
Yeah, dude. It's just crazy. I was watching an episode of Ghost Adventures, and they brought in like a dude that does exorcisms, and like it could have been faked, but I turned it off because like I can't handle this.
Kate, come here.
It's very scary.
My wife is super into the paranormal.
Is she?
You know that? Yeah, I mean, big time. Especially since we grew up where the 40 Wax lady came from.
What was that?
My wife's town was haunted that we go to. That will be in next week. Who's the chick that killed the people with the axe?
Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden. So, Kate, you watch the ghost shows like Drew does. Yeah. Can you take this microphone, put it in your hand, this phallic symbol, and tell Drew about the scariest episode of any of the paranormal shows you ever watched? Or the scariest thing you've ever heard of regarding paranormal? This is Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. You don't even know. It's scary.
Look what it's done to you.
You're stunned.
So, of your paranormal, do you believe in the paranormal things you watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the most part. Scariest thing that's ever happened?
Yeah.
Oh, hands down, happened in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. At the former Fusion restaurant. My husband, who does not believe in ghosts of any sort,
you don't believe in
thinks
ghosts?
it's crap.
Fusion. I know
Absolutely.
where that is.
It used to be the old Retlaw on Main Street in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's got a haunted room.
Yep. We go out for dinner.
Okay.
My husband excuses himself to use the restroom. Comes back.
His turds start floating.
Literally, well, no. Well, they probably did. You know, he does eat a lot of fiber.
That's good. That's good.
Back on point.
Sorry.
He comes back to the table and he's literally, no pun intended, white as a ghost and shaking. And he sits down at the table and I go, "What happened? What's wrong?" He goes, "I don't believe in ghosts, but I just came back from a bathroom and a ghost walked right through me."
Crazy.
I'm like, "Dude, you're full of shit." And he goes, "No, seriously." So he calls
no,
over
I just
the
took care of
waitress.
that too.
Right. So he calls over the waitress, and he's like,
you work with that waitress. She works in your department.
she sure does. And he
Okay.
goes, so tell me, is this place haunted? She goes, oh yeah, we have Walter. You know, he hung himself in the back
yeah.
room. He goes, is he a little man about this size, this height? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he
know
just
these.
walked through me on my way back from the
The way I
bathroom.
described him was exactly how she described
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a pretty common.
So-
Walter.
Yeah.
It's Retlaw backwards.
I know. Yet he still doesn't believe in ghosts.
Well, it's a really scary thing.
Yeah, talking to the mic, bro.
You got to put your... The real scary thing... Sorry, I'm wheels for a second. The real scary thing is that you've been haunted. You were haunted your entire childhood by a television set.
Oh, like poltergeist shit.
Yes, I had a poltergeist living in my bedroom.
They're here.
My mother bought the parcel of land she built her house on from my great great aunt and great great uncle. Mm-hmm. She built a house, and we had moved in. I was in high school. I was older.
Yeah.
Had a TV that I'd had for years.
Sure.
All of a sudden, my TV would turn on and off.
Crazy.
Nobody would be around. It would turn on and off all the time, to the point where I would have to get up in the middle of the night and unplug my TV because it would turn on at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
My mother told me I was, quote unquote, full of shit, and she didn't believe me. She was great. So this went on for weeks.
Okay.
I went away for the weekend. My mom was home alone. She hears my TV on up in my bedroom, goes upstairs, walks across the room to grab the remote and turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Before she got there, the TV turned off.
Crazy.
She turned around, walked to my bedroom door. It turned back on.
Could've
Turned
just
back
been a-
into the bedroom, turned on, turned off, turned on, turned off.
Really?
She unplugged it. And then about 5 days later, she came up to me and said, you know what? I had a dream that Uncle Johnny, her great uncle,
Yeah.
came to me, that died in that house, came to her and told her that he was just screwing with us. So, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Why don't you tell Drew about
That probably was.
The creepy pirate house that Grampy Steve lived in?
how we were grave robbing?
Oh, well,
We
we...
went grave robbing.
Yes.
Have you ever done that?
Grave rubbing.
Yes, you take a piece of paper and chalk or crayon and you just rub on the surface of the grave and it transfers, like, the information.
Huh?
Well, we did it for a dear friend of ours named Gio, who wanted a grave
Weird.
rubbing of Lizzie Borden's grave.
Oh,
and we
cool.
brought him back a bobblehead doll. When she shakes and bobbles, she hatches with her little hatchet.
Well,
It's great.
that's clever.
But I think in regards to the TV,
Yeah.
I think my wife
Could have been a faulty TV.
Never did it when TV wasn't in that house.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a faulty TV. Don't get me in trouble. But why don't you ask my wife why she thinks she has a ghostly connection with the TV?
Because you're born on the 24th?
Oh, we're talking about
totally
that.
born on the 24th.
No, ask her what she wanted to be when she grew up.
A witch.
No.
Ask her.
What? What did you want to be when you grew up?
A cast iron radiator.
Huh? Cast iron radiator.
Don't you want to know what happens on the inside? I sure as shit did until I was about 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was her childhood.
I had really high aspirations for life.
I mean, that's. I don't know what happens on the inside.
Well, she wanted to find out to the point where the television tried to call her in.
I hear that your beer was chunky.
There you go.
It was scary beer.
Oh yeah, it was really weird, the chunky. But okay, cool. That's a good story. I like it.
I figured Google was out, so we can always go to my wife, who has a lot of strange.
Not
scary
too much is
stories.
coming up for Exorcist in Wisconsin. Maybe there'll be the January edition of Strange Brew.
Did you know that about Halloween? Why they don't have Halloween on Halloween in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I know
In
why.
Fond du Lac?
In Fond du Lac, yeah.
Because of the murder.
Yeah, because the girl was murdered. Yeah.
Do you know he got out?
Yeah, he did. He just recently got out of jail. Did he get out? Because there was a petition in February. Okay, there was a petition for them to keep him in there, but I guess that doesn't make sense to me. The prison system, legitimately, he sexually assaulted and killed a kid. But why? Why?
Why didn't jail justice take over? Because usually they don't let that go down.
Yeah, it's I don't know, dude. It's weird, but I don't know.
Fond du Lac has some creepiness to it, people.
It does. Yeah.
Come on in. We'll bring in a ghost
That's legit
tour.
why trick or treating is 2 hours long during daylight because this girl, this happened in the 80s,
Yep.
was murdered. by some dude she didn't know
Sexually assaulted first
and murdered.
on Halloween while she's trick or treating.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So I don't know. There's some exorcist. Do we have any in Wisconsin? There was. Doesn't really give us the answer. In this.
Is there anything that talks about exorcism and a successful exorcism anywhere in, how about Michigan, United States, and all of the...
Why Michigan?
Well, I thought you said Michigan, United States. It's
Oh,
just-
yeah. Well, that was the UFO thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to research this more. I don't want to do it right as we're recording.
But maybe, next time.
Next time we'll learn.
It could be Strange Brew, the Exorcism Edition. And then we should have saved that beer because we could have hired one of the two priests in Wisconsin
to do it
to do an exorcism on that beer. And it might
We
have been
free this
drinkable.
malty beverage of the demons.
Be gone!
You are healed.
You are healed. Come back into thine.
Oh,
Bringeth thy wart back into my stomach.
I don't even know how we're gonna end the episode because we legitimately dumped that beer.
But what's cool is you always say drink it or dump it, and we're always at the point of drink it because any beer is a good beer.
Usually,
Do you know why beer and sex have in common?
huh?
When it's really, really good,
Yeah.
it's really, really good.
Okay.
When it's really, really bad,
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Sure. For sure.
Unless it's chunky.
Unless it's-
That was the first beer I ever in my life, be honest with you. You there as my witness. That's the first beer I ever drank. I ever refused to drink a beer, and it actually turned my stomach to where I didn't even enjoy the second beer. I think part of it was I'm sitting here, and as
just
your
thinking
friend,
of those chunks.
no, I was thinking of chunks and it bothered me. But then every 5 minutes, you're looking down the neck of your beer bottle and your second beer, and it just scared the shit out of me because I'm wondering if the whole you're bringing faulty beer beverages into my home.
I'm sorry. That was, I don't know what happened, man. I got those for free.
Hey, thanks for driving me to work and stuff. Here's some shitty beer.
Driving me to work.
I thought you told me you got the beer because you drove
Oh,
someone to work.
yeah. I picked somebody up. I made multiple stops to pick this person up because they're getting work on their car. It's not his fault. He got it. So he got it at this liquor store that he goes to, and he had all this beer stacked up, and he's like, "Hey, do you want some of this? I have to get rid of it. I have a lot of it."
I wonder if it's because the expiry date was up. I don't know. Just
No.
saying.
I think it takes a while for beer to expire, man. I think something's wrong with that batch.
Unless you look later and you realize the reason why it's called Strange Brew is it's supposed to be chunky.
No, that ghost ship is not supposed to be chunky.
Okay.
It looked good, minus the chunks.
It did not look good.
Minus the chunks?
It was too dark, too.
For a white IPA, yeah.
It was not white. The white IPA looked like Guinness.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird world that we live in.
That's what's so amazing about podcasting and hanging out with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even when you have a shitty beer to start the show, you have a pretty damn good show.
Thanks, man. I wish more people listened to it, but thank you. What?
I was just trying to give you a dramatic pause.
Oh, dramatic.
I know I listen to it.
Thank you.
And I like listening to it. My wife listens to it.
I listen to yours.
Well, mine sucks, but
Yours doesn't suck.
yours is part of my existence.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of cool to know somebody and realize that you can bring them right into your Dre beats and become really close, whenever I want. If I'm feeling lonely and I miss you and you're on third shift,
Yeah.
I can listen to you watch my dog fuck a bear and be happy,
She didn't do that this time around.
No, she was too scared of the bear to come in the room, actually. But that's okay.
She's spooked by the beer. Spooked. Scary.
If you were to die, and before you die, someone was to hand you one bottle of beer, which would you pick?
Whew. It's a good question. I
Right
mean,
now, you're tied up. You got the blindfold mask on. They're about to shoot you, and they say, we're going to put one beer to your lips. before we
okay.
put a bullet in your head.
And they
Which one?
honored it, and they honor the beer I
They
request.
honor whatever you say.
I'd probably go with the spotted cow, man.
That's because you're a good old Wisconsin boy.
Probably. Yeah.
I'd go with Nitro Joe.
Okay, I haven't experienced it yet.
And that wasn't my favorite. Before that, I would have done what you would have done. I would have went my roots and said, give me a Sam Adams and then freaking
And put me down.
Put me down.
Yeah, Spotted Cow is probably the most popular beer in Wisconsin. One of them, for sure. But these are, I like all the ones that we've had so far, minus the chunks. So,
What I can do is while I'm in Boston, I can read you some beer bottles, labels and stuff, and you can tell me if you want to bring you one back or something that we never heard of. Because there's plenty of microbrews in the good old Boston area.
Yeah? Yeah, I bet there are. I've heard some good Boston folks drink some good beer, eat some good beer too,
That was the first beer you could eat I ever saw was tonight.
Horrible. All right, well, that's that. Ghost Ship, we legitimately dumped it. We're gonna have to give it I'm gonna give it another try.
There's no way in hell I'm putting that shit in my mouth.
I'm gonna give it another try. I
won't
will buy a fresh 6-pack, and then we will give it another. You don't have to be. I'll give it another try later in life. Now, right now, I'm gonna. It's like that ex-girlfriend. That girlfriend that you break up with for a little bit. You need a break from it before she comes back, and you guys get back together.
But eventually, you taste her again.
Sometimes it happens. So I'm gonna put it to the back burner for a little bit, and then when maybe in a couple of months we'll try it again.
Because that'll give it even more time to congeal on the shelf.
Yeah.
This time we're eating Ghost Ship pudding.
Oh God. Oh, disgusting. Well, have a good.
Like I said to that jail and penis. Sorry, that penis in jail. I'm never putting that shit in my mouth again.
Oh.
And he was a white IPA.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
God bless you all. Good tidings to all good men and women. Mm-hmm. Thank you for making this podcast this year, because it's going to be New Year's until I see you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving the world this amazing gift.
Oh, thank you.
So in a way, with your beard and your jolly smile, you're the Santa of porches and beers, man. God bless you.
Thank you. And you're going from the Midwest back to the Boston.
Going to be in town.
Going to
have a good time there.
Yeah.
But I won't see you.
You won't see me. You'll see me when you get back.
Beers in your honor. I will drink, and it's spelled this way, MONSTAH. I will be at Jerry Remy's Bar and Grill in Fall River, Massachusetts, drinking some Green Monster.
Yeah.
That's my favorite beer back home, baby.
Cool, man. All right, well, thanks again for doing this. Don't drink the chunks.
Pew, pew!
Audio.